IG, I think what I'm curious about, the whole world is also curious about. From the preamble you built earlier on before you answered your questions, indicates the witnesses were a very good friend to you. At the time of this recording, can you tell this committee the relationship between you and the witnesses? Thank you.
Honorable Chair, the relationship has not changed. It has always been the same. And as you saw when we break, in spite of the fact that I'm the Inspector General of Police, he's my big brother. I went to him and shook his hand, asked him how he's doing, asked him how a person I've always called as a mother is doing, and we have a very quick chat. That is what it is. And at the same vein, even my junior brothers, who I expected them to come to me, I have to walk to them. And also to tell them that it has been a while. And we have a chat. And my own kid brother wants to hug me, and I allow him to hug me. So that is how deep and how human-centered I am, because it takes other human beings for me to be a complete human being.
Thank you. IG, I know you have a script, and Chief Bugri Nabu told this committee he did the recording all by himself. He went to the extent of telling the committee where he purchased the gadgets for the recording. I therefore want to find out, how do you feel when your colleagues accuse you of masterminding the recordings and to the extent of doctoring that recording? The tape, sorry.
Honorable Chair, as a human being, like all of us, when your own brothers have done what they did, and instead of owning up and taking responsibility and probably apologizing for us to move on, they tried to cook baseless allegation and level it and smear it against you. And without a shred of evidence, as I said earlier on, you have been asked to speak to it. I would definitely feel bad. But who am I? There's nothing I can do about it. And if I feel bad, it's to some extent, but as a Christian that I am, forgiveness is a medicine. And that is what I've just eaten. I've drunk. By going to my brothers and just letting them know that, as far as I'm concerned, whatever they have done is not an issue to me, because the Lord that I serve keep comforting me in a manner that is beyond my comprehension. So I feel no hatred, pain, or whatever towards them. They are my brothers. And their children are my kids. Because the most important thing is this. If all of us in this room, we are left, all of you leave, and it's left with them and I, and something is happening to me, they will be my only hope. So if I'm unable to build bridges with them, probably I will lose my life because they were not there to help me. In the same thing, in spite of all what has happened, if there's anything now and beyond that I think I can do, or they themselves think I can be of help for them, I will not hesitate to do that, because that's the teachings of the Bible. I thank you.
Inspector General of Police, I thought your forgiveness will abide the outcome of these investigations, because you don't know the full extent of what they have against you. So why are you forgiving so early? They've not. Counsel. Oh, you want to overrule me? Yes, because I was thinking that IG will hold his horses, and then what is going to happen is that when we recline and retire, and the evidence is being unearthed in camera, and then he will determine whether in the face of what some people will say or will not say, that large heart of forgiveness will continue to work or not.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes,
Honorable Chairman. I don't want to be the one that always will raise an objection. Yes. But as humorous as we want to be, Mr. Chairman, these are your last remarks about the quantum of the missiles that are waiting my client. He said somehow prejudicial.
I don't even know the evidence. What are you talking about?
Mr. Chairman, but the way you presented it, that if it's like when somebody says, "Put him the free solo bank, watch it at the edge." That's the way I see it.
No, sir.
No, sir. In fact, I cannot predict what any of these individuals will say. I don't know it. It's a fact. That's why I keep telling you that we members of this committee, we don't have malice aforethought. So I wouldn't know.
Mr. Honorable Chairman.
Yes, sir.
So far as I am concerned, at least for now, I have everything that they have against us. And this is captured in the invitation letter. So when we get to the other bridge, we will cross it.
So you want to now agree with me that the forgiveness level of the IG has come too early?
No.
You should repent from dead works.
Jesus said 77 times 7. So
okay.
We have not exhausted
the
scope.
Okay.
We are still within the limits of Jesus' prescription.
Okay then. So the good lady will continue.
But Honorable Chair, before she continues, I want to make the point that this issue of additional evidence against me and all that, I find it very uncomfortable.
Really?
And the reason is this. We have all the issues and all the tapes here. And at the end of the day, I have been asked to speak to these issues, and I'm speaking to them. Yes. So at any point, if there's any other thing that comes up, wherever they want to be, I will speak to it. But I feel very uncomfortable when statements are made as if there is some hidden thing somewhere that will be thrown at me for me to regret, and therefore I should suspend my forgiveness to them. The second point, Honorable Chair, is as far as I'm concerned, with the clearness of conscience and with my belief in God, I know there is nothing anywhere against me. And if there is anything like that, then those who have put it together, they should think twice. But whatever it is, I stand by my forgiveness to them, and I will not change, because that is what the Lord God that I serve has made me to understand. I thank you.
Yes, I was only poking fun. I didn't intend that under this table there's a bomb that is about to be released against the IGP. And I keep telling my colleague, those who know me, they know me very well. There's nothing hidden. As a matter of fact, we find the way our secretariat is managing affairs are super excellent, because every proceedings, even the one that we are having now, they will give it to all those who are coming to appear before us. And with the greatest of respect, there is nothing that we have that we've not given you. And in fairness to the Inspector General of Police, there's nothing that anybody has given to this committee that we have not given you. So there's nothing again we have in our hands, except to say that when we go in camera, then if you said X or Y and it is bare, you say, do you have anything to substantiate it? That is with them, not with us. And I cannot tell you in advance what they are going to say. I don't have that level of clairvoyance. So please relax about what is going on and trust this committee that we are not here to shortchange anybody. There's nobody who is powerful enough to cause us to slant evidence or do something untoward to the head of anybody. Well, after all, we know where you people are, your careers, your families, and the rest. We are very sensitive to what is going on. We wish above all things that we never formed this committee, but it's happened. So, Inspector General of Police and your lawyer, who is my subject, you know, he's not made that confession to you. Yes, it's traditional overlord is me, and because of, I don't know whether it's legal fees or whatever, it's forgotten. So it's going to be good, and it's going to be very truthful. There'll be no malice aforethought. I pray you. I was only joking that, you are too quick to forgive. That's what I was saying. It's not there's nothing we have that won't give it to you. So nobody takes you by surprise. It is not even fair to take anybody by surprise. This committee won't do that. So yes, please, we need to make a very important acknowledgement that we have the deputy opposition leader in the person of, I should use the word minority.
We went past that word long time ago. There's nothing like that. I'm a minority.
Okay.
Deputy minority leader.
Yeah. We want to welcome in our midst a leader of the House, Honorable Ama Kofi Boa. Yes, a very, very good friend of mine. And he is the gentleman who made the statement, Aji. So take a good look at him now. And he's also one of my key, brothers on the Mines and Energy Committee. We need to acknowledge him. He came to just observe proceedings. Leader, you are most welcome.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Chairman.
Yes.
I wasn't here when
We started.
But I am very sure that the substance and the reasons why this referral was made by the Speaker has really been stated. I think that at the end of the day, we all believe that we should have a professional police service at the heart of everything else, whose core objective is to ensure the safety and security of the state with professionals that are dedicated to that job. And I think that is the core why you are here. So we are very happy to have them. I'm very proud of what they do every day. Thank you.
Thank you, Leader, for your kind words. It seems to me that is the purpose of everything. Yeah. So, my good lady on my right will continue.
Thank you, Chair. My last question. IG, I want all of us to disabuse the perceptions out there. From the onset of these proceedings, the evidence adduced to the fact that the tape was meant for the president. And Chief Bugri Nabu went to the extent of telling the committee that he handed over the tape to the president. I was surprised when the witnesses mentioned that you have the original tape. What can you tell the committee about this? Or what can you say about this? Thank you.
Honorable Chair, another wide allegation. I don't know which of them, my brothers, who made that statement. Then I could probably ask the committee for him to go with me and tell me where I put it. Because technically, I don't have it. I don't know about it. So why should somebody come here and make such wild allegation without proving a bit of it? And then I'm asked to respond to it. Honorable Chair, I beg of you. I beg of you. I don't have it. And I pray that maybe going forward, we should make sure when people make allegations, they should provide at least a shred of evidence before maybe an invitation is made for somebody to come and speak to it. But now, looking at the proceedings and the way I feel, it's like allegations have been made, and then nobody provided a shred of evidence, and the allegations are out there in the public, and the allegations touches on my person, even though it has nothing directly to do with me, especially with all the wild allegations they are made about the management of the police service, which I do with my team, because without the word we, I can't make any pronouncement when I'm leading an organization. I don't use the word I. Then I'm being asked to speak to allegations that have not been substantiated with a shred of evidence. Then, after I've answered the allegations, I'm being told that when there is a in-camera meeting, those people who have evidence to now substantiate an allegation. Then why couldn't we have waited for them to provide all those allegations, even though belated? Evidence, even though belated. For myself and my counsel to look at them, and probably those that extend beyond me with my management board, whom I always work in concert with, to look at them, and then we can come and apply them appropriately. But now, allegation unsubstantiated, I'm speaking to it, and my feeling is that is the bit of it that will be for the public. But the rare game has been put is what they now have again against me. And yet we have also been told that it's not the police service which is on trial here, because we have police institutional structures to deal with anybody who has a complaint, which I know they don't have, except that the shame that have come upon them. They are trying to twist it and divert attention. And we allow them to go on that fishing expedition, acting as octopuses in their quest to find something by whatever means to affect my person and my integrity. Which I think we need to look at this carefully, because that is not fair. Having said that, I don't have anything. I don't know about it. And they should stop it. I thank you.
Excuse me. Inspector General of Police, with the greatest of respect, the allegation started at plenary. And the Speaker thought it wise that we should delve into the allegations. So we should be careful the manner in which we want to look at what is happening, lest it can even go to say that the Speaker was wrong. The Speaker should have, with the greatest respect, done his own homework very well and even adduce evidence before making the referral. So I crave your indulgence. It might not be palatable, but what I know, and most people know, that the so-called allegations were on the video, on the audio tape. You will call it allegations, fine. And those allegations had penetrated the realm called Ghana. It's gone viral. And some people have spoken to those matters. You are doing the same. If they cannot substantiate what they are saying, you are blessed. That's the end of the matter. But we've also been warned that we should be careful that we don't wash our dirty linen in public. So this is a very excuse me, the strategic interrogation we are trying to do. Not that we didn't have a sense of doing a good job by saying that bring the substance of the matter first before we start the interrogation. Because what we had to start off with is the basic raw material, which is a video. What are we going to do about it? The audio, I'm sorry. So please, it's a sense of how you say, but the sense of parliament is different. Because if you are not careful, then you want to even indict the referral from the speaker. The speaker is not considering what we call substantive matters. You know, the speaker is a conveyor belt of allegations. That is it. That will be the import if you push your argument too far. But let's leave it. But today, I'm sure everybody in Ghana will see that this committee has been very fair to the IGP. I have to tell you to your face. Because a window of opportunity was given to the IGP to state his position. We've not asked you for evidence, have we? We've not asked you to give us any evidence. They did the same. But the evidence, if any, will be in camera. So we don't know where we've gone wrong in this matter. But I am of the humble view that we'll give the devil his due. If there is no evidence, trust this committee to state it forcibly that the individuals here, they were on a frolic of their own. The whole thing is actuated by malice. They do not have any evidence. It to be part of our findings of fact. But how can we do the findings of fact if we don't now invite them? Would you be able to substantiate what is on the tape? This is what we are trying to do. Because the tape came first as the allegation, and we need the substance of the tape. And what can we do about it? Unless we call somebody to say whether this is your voice on the tape and the rest of it. So please, I know that it's a difficult moment for everybody. Institutional challenges, the rest of it. But I don't see any other way that we could have gone about what we are doing. See, because we need to really weigh the issues critically, and then we'll have those moments. And your lawyer will be there if they are unable to substantiate it. We know how to write our report. So please, I know it's a painful moment for you, but we didn't originate the trouble. This committee didn't originate the trouble. And we didn't see any other strategic way of trying to handle a difficult matter like this, which was already in the public domain. The allegations that you are talking about has been fed the public already before we were constituted. So I crave your kind indulgence, have a little patience for us, and trust this committee that there's nothing that we'll do untoward. And if the evidence is in your favor, you have it. And your name will be hallowed. As for allegations, they can remain allegations, but if you can't prove it, you will say so. That X and Y couldn't prove it. If they can prove it, you will say so. That they proved it. So please, it's like that. I don't want to talk about mine. Allegations against me, I don't want to talk about it. If you're concerning this meeting, so please, let's have some patience, and the truth will come out. You don't have to worry too much about it. Madam, you have more issues to raise.
Mr. Chairman, Honorable Chairman, I have a minor point. Mr. Chairman, going back to where you ended, and the process, and whether there was a different way of structuring this process. This is taking us back to the point I made earlier. So there is a tape, video or audio. Then testimonies of witnesses. The substantiation should have been done at the time that the testimonies were given. That's what has brought us to where we are. And the way it is going now, I'm beginning to get worried about the in-camera proceeding. And my proposition would be as follows: that the people who want to go and do their ex post facto substantiation.
I object to that. Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. I crave your indulgence. Why are you trying to sort of impugn what you don't know? You don't know.
Honorable Chairman.
Oh, counsel, I crave your indulgence. You see how your client has behaved. He's taking it easy and he's going on a tangent. When I know his pain, I draw his attention that the truth will come out. But I would not want to say, sitting here, to talk about post facto what? Yes, it was us. Listen carefully. It was us. And the sense of what we got about the matter, that we said, let's talk about whatever I want. Then we'll sit in camera and you bring what if, let me ask you this question. What if they started bringing the evidence in the open, which is so embarrassing and is so serious that it will undermine national security? Then who would have been, with the greatest of respect, the unreasonable men who said everything should come into the public space? That is no exercise of discretion. If you like, let me show you the authorities. What we are doing. There's an authority for it. And I know you are a very powerful lecturer, but let's look at, I think you've paid regard to the Supreme Court authority of Raphael, Kubaji, and versus Asari and others. Counsel, you know this authority?
Yes.
The Supreme Court.
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, let me tell you what a principle that the Supreme Court enunciated. That's what we call substantial danger of unfair prejudice. There's something like that. That if we are not careful, some matters will bring about substantial danger of unfair prejudice. And also the Supreme Court said the one who is listening to evidence should have the power of what they call discretionary exclusionary rule. That is the point. So the referee or the judge should have the power of discretionary exclusionary rule. So you can use your discretion to exclude some things because of what you and I know could have national security implications. And you could use your discretion to permit some things. So even the Supreme Court allows that this is done. But in the final analysis, I do not know that you will be shortchanged. Because look at all the space we're giving the IGP. I mean, to also, put his case across. Do you want me to go into issues of evidence?
Honorable Chairman.
Please.
So, where I was going to end would have been as follows. Once we complete this public hearing, we would beg leave of the committee and leave and go home and let the committee meet whoever has evidence to substantiate whatever. Subsequently, share that evidence with us. We'll spend time to review it and invite us back.
Counsel, leave that to us. I've never seen somebody going to play a football match. And as a matter of fact, is trying to determine the scores. I know you are a lawyer of repute, but leave it to the committee. And credit us with a modicum of honesty. 1, powers of discretion, and above all, common sense. Trust me, and I want to say so, and all the members here. Patrick Boama is not cheap. My brother, my vice chairman, is not cheap. These are police officers. What will be the credit to us to mess up your client, the head of the police service, and by extension, the entire service? All these matters, we've been educated about it. And we will tell you how we're going to run these matters. In fact, we need to also do serious consultations as well, because even in our meeting, I don't have to tell you everything, before we met you, some issues have come up. It's not got to do with any evidence. It's got to do with procedure, command structures, and how you treat the one in China. We will look at all these things. So please don't be apprehensive about anything. What you are going to get from this committee is that the IGP and any other witness will never be shortchanged by this committee. I want to state that forcefully, because people are calling me about it. I have to be very sensitive about what you are doing. There is nobody here that will use this platform to discredit. You won't do it. To cancel, I mean...
Chairman, thank you.
Well,
thank you.
Be rest assured. Leader, you want to leave here? Okay.
Yeah. Chairman, let me thank you very much, and let me thank the committee for the work so far. And let me take the opportunity to let the police service know. The police service is not on trial. And I was very clear in my mind when I stood up on the floor of Parliament to basically call on the Speaker. And the reason I did that was because I heard voices of professional police officers, supposedly, said things that were unbelievable, that I thought should not be said. And I said to myself that, is this true? If this is true and it permeates in the police service, we need to know and address it in recommendations so that we can be sure that we have professional police service that will protect the interests of this country, especially when it comes to the stability of this country and our democracy, which is really renewed every 4 years in elections. And so, to the proud police officers that are dedicated and professionals, that are honest, that are doing the right thing, there's nothing to worry about.
Precisely.
And so, I want to thank you. The police service is on trial. Good people at the police service are not on trial. People who are in the police service, who are turning it into a political football, are those who we want to fish out. And that's the mandate of this committee. Thank you.
Well said. Now, unknown to me, and in the background, is the Deputy Interior Minister, Honorable Nana Eyia. I'm sorry, we were hiding, so we didn't see you. Yes, as an MP, this is your rightful place. I'm sorry about it, yeah. Where is the Honorable Deputy Minister? Oh, please, why don't you come and take your rightful place? As a member of Parliament. You are okay here. But
May I know whether you came to give
solidarity to the Inspector General of Police, or you came to observe proceedings? The IGP must be important, you know. Yes. I see. Good to know. To finish. Okay, now I will ask a few questions and then I won't go beyond it. And then I'll give space to my brother over here, and then I'll come to Vice if he has more things to say. Aji, I got the impression that when you are a senior police officer, you can be an ADC to anybody, and it doesn't matter who is in power. It seems to me that is your lot. Is that not so?
Honorable Chair, the most important thing is this. We are police officers who have sworn an oath to do the job of policing. And wherever you are assigned, you have no choice and you don't complain.
Yes. I got the impression you were with Professor, my lecturer in company law, one of the best lecturers I've met, of pleasant memory, Professor John Evans Atamels. You know, when he was vice president, you were the AD camp, were you?
Honorable Chair, I think I've addressed this question a couple of times and did indicate that I was an ADC.
Good.
So,
yes, and I get the flow. I get the flow. I'm not confused at all. And also, you also helped now the National Security Minister as a special assistant. The same man.
yes, I did.
And when he left the place, Honorable Kwame Nabatels came, also an MPP man, and then you were there to assist.
Yes, I did.
Okay, fine. Now, there is something very interesting, and it is that you have been dealing with the former president, former President John Mahama, and you've been I nearly said you've been flirting. You've been engaging consistently. Is there any truth in that? And what is the content of your engagement?
Honorable Chair, that is incorrect. Another set of allegations. Just another set of allegations, just as it is, to make it look that I'm a policeman who is doing politics. I am not. I'm a professional police officer, and I don't do such things. So it is falsehood, unless maybe they have something to prove that. But it is falsehood.
It's not true.
It's not true. So they should stop it. They can use any other means to get any other thing that they want, but not lying about me in a serious manner. I thank you.
Is there anything wrong?
Honorable Chair.
Let me finish. Is there anything wrong for an Inspector General of Police to be talking to the opposition leader? Is there anything wrong?
Honorable Chair, the position of Inspector General of Police, and by extension every police officer, is to serve the good people of this country, of which the former president is one of those. And there is nothing wrong with that. But there is a distinction between something that has happened and something that has not happened, and people want to create it in order to make their case look good, so as to for them to get what they want, because they know that type of information sells, and that is shameful.
Do you visit ex-president Dramani Mahama? Do you visit him?
Honorable Chair, I don't visit His Excellency the Vice and the former president. I don't.
Does he visit you?
Honorable Chair, the former president does not visit me.
Will you rebuff his visits, and why?
Honorable Chair, like I said, I am a professional police officer. We are servants of the people, including His Excellency, the former president. And in my earlier submission, I did say, even including a child of a week old, as long as there is a service from policing point of view to be provided, whoever is involved, I have a constitutional duty and responsibility to get it done. And that is what it is.
Very good. There is, would I be right to say that, I mean, in terms of rank, you are a subordinate of the IGP? Okay, fine. There is a member of parliament here, and he's a member of the committee, and you are subordinate. And he says that he has some questions for you. I've told him that you should be careful that all the rules about command structure and service inquiry and police council, you shouldn't write a book this afternoon. So please, honorable member, before you is your superior.
Honorable Chair.
Oh,
so sorry.
Yes.
No, I'm not. You described my colleague as he's a retired superintendent of police.
Oh, okay.
He left the service admirably, and so now there are no strings attached whatsoever.
Oh, okay.
If you put him in that pigeonhole, you're mentioning service inquiry, and so it means that he could actually become the subject of an inquiry if he doesn't comport himself well in the presence of the IGP. We need to clear the air that my colleague is a retired officer, just as Honorable Ophelia is. She is also a retired police woman. She is no longer subject to the discipline of the service.
Okay.
So we need to highlight some of these things so that we are guided.
I can see the IGP's lawyer is laughing now because he knows that if these people were serving police officers, they wouldn't be sitting here. I forgive your trespasses. I forgive your trespasses. So, Honorable, the IG is before you. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chairman. I think that the Ghana Police Service is very proud to have members coming from that angle sitting in Parliament, because there are some technical issues that anytime we find ourselves in committees like this, we provide some level of expertise. And that is why even the chairman himself is confused. He thinks that having served as a police officer before, if I sit as a member of Parliament and the Inspector General of Police is before me to ask questions, I will be a bit intimidated because he used to be my boss. That is not the case. What is the case is that the IGP is happy to find some of his sons in other jurisdictions doing fantastically well and still making the police proud wherever we find ourselves. Mr. Chairman, I want to take the opportunity to let the IGP know, as you've said it and I need to re-echo, the Ghana Police Service is not on trial.
Very good.
No. The Inspector General of Police is not an accused person. What we are doing, strictly according to our mandate, is to ensure, the bigger picture is that we should ensure that we have a better Ghana Police Service. A police service that is professional, a police service that respects the laws of this country, and a police service that can work well for us to go and sleep well. So if you head that institution, anytime we find you, we'll revere you, praying that you appreciate the fact that you are appointed to discharge a particular function. And in this broad country where you have your role to play, it is our prayer that you do it well, such that one day when you retire, as your colleagues are all gone, I work with Mr. Paul Tawiakwe, I've worked with Mr. Ahmed Alassane, I have worked with Mr. David Asante too. So just be aware that one day you will also be gone. But when you are gone, what will be your legacy? The question. IG, all these things we are talking about is all about your leadership style and what is your vision. So my first question is, what is your vision as Inspector General of Ghana Police Service?
Honorable Chair, thank you very much. The first point I have to make is that even though it has been handled, even if my colleagues were to be in the service, they will still have the privilege of asking me questions and asking them, because I have a listening ear. And I keep telling my colleagues here, and they keep even teasing me with it. Because I tell them, God knows why He gave us, each one of us, 2 years and 1 month. From that analysis philosophically, I think God wants us to listen more and talk half of the time of the listening. That is why the ratio is 2:1. You listen twice, you speak once. That is my understanding. So the police I lead, I work it out in such a way that my colleagues and I, as we tour the country, engaging the police people across the country, something I've done about 92% with all my colleagues, and then engaging the personnel and the communities.
Sorry, Chairman. Sorry, Aji. You know, I won't allow you to take a whole of the time because I want you to go and rest. But you answer my question. What is the vision of the IGP? Straight, just simple. Because there are questions that will follow. I just want you to state the vision, then we'll go ahead. Thank you.
Honorable Chair, allow me to finish. I was about landing, so that I'm not cut halfway. And also, I will plead with you, in order to ensure that I flow appropriately. I'm very measured in terms of the answers I give, and you have failed it. I know when to end it. So the important point is that this engagement gives me the privilege to hear more and work with our colleagues to use it to improve it. And even that, as I speak to you, is a part of the vision that I came onto the position with. But that vision has to be in tandem with the vision of the police service. And that is my vision. My personal vision is my commitment to work in concert with my leaders, my officers at the national level, at the regional level, at the divisional level, at the district level, at the station level, to turn the corner in terms of policing in this country. And like I said, to make the police the best nation in the country and a reference point for Africa and beyond. And this also sits well with the broad vision of the police service, which is to become a world-class police service capable of delivering a planned, democratic, protective, and peaceful services up to the standard of international best practice. So when we get to the standard of international best practice, then definitely there's every indication that we become a best institution that people can use us as a reference point when they want to set standards. So that is what it is. I thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much. IG, on your appointment, you were seen by many as the constable's IGP, the sergeant's IGP. In other words, the other rank's IGP. Because you've been a constable before. You've been a sergeant before. You were seen as the senior police officer's IGP because you've traveled from ASP to where you are now. You were seen as the academics IGP. You hold a PhD. You were seen as a professional. And in fact, many of the professionals see you as one of them. And they believe that if you fail, you will not be forgiven. You had promotion speedily. In less than 7 years, you moved from constable to superintendent. And that was academic. I am referring you to regulation, the Police Service Regulation 2012. If I read Regulation 37.7, it says, that's here 76. An officer who attains higher academic qualification is not entitled to promotion by reason only of that academic qualification. IG, this is the lacuna in this instrument from 2012 up to date. It's more than 10 years. People have gone to school, they've completed. But the law says you cannot be promoted by virtue of just having that academic certificate alone. having benefited from academic promotions yourself, do you think it is time to look at this provision again?
Honorable Chair, this provision, like Honorable Member did refer to, has been in existence since 2012, and if I'm not mistaken, October of that year. And it has been something that has been implemented since then by all successive police administrations. And the Ghana Police Service under my watch now is ensuring compliance of that law. So our hands are tied when it comes to people who have gone to school and they are coming and they are asking for promotion. And it didn't start on the watch of this current administration. It is 11 years or more ago, and this is something that has been implemented. But unfortunately, it is being circulated around and making it feel that as if the current administration that I lead, we have denied people their promotion because they have gone to school. And then it has become difficult for me to speak to it because after they have petitioned the police council asking for some sort of mercy in terms of this promotion, and why the police council was considering the matter, they took it to court. So it's not something that is the creation of the current administration. It is 11 or something years old, and the people involved know it. But they present the matter out there and make it look like it is the current administration which has come to invent something to deny their promotion. That is not a good thing, that you allow your selfish interest to overshadow the reputation of an institution and an individual and a team leading it now. So in terms of the attempt to change it, Honorable Chair, the law is as it is. We cannot involve ourselves as an administration in illegality as those who came before us did not involve themselves in that illegality. So if there is anything to be done about it, that would be the suggestion you are looking at. Because I am a believer of education, not for the purposes of getting a paper qualification, but a mental qualification of knowledge, and not just having the knowledge stored in your head, but the knowledge being applied. Because this is only then knowledge becomes power. It's not its accumulation with that application. So, Honorable Chair, until the matter is determined in court, it will be difficult for me to speak to the possible amendment or otherwise of that regulation. I thank you.
IG, I think the question is seeking to elicit an opinion from you, looking at the way the provision is couched, you know. And so we are aware that some officers have sued, but nevertheless, you know, such an opinion would not be prejudicial to what is before the courts, because this committee, if you look at the terms of reference, we have also been tasked to make recommendations which possibly could lead to legislative reform. Yes. And so that is, I think, what the Honorable Peter had in mind. We are not dragging you into the pending litigation where you could be cited for or contempt. In any case, you are privileged because you are before Parliament. Whatever happens here,
I mean, nobody can take you out and cite you for contempt for speaking to a committee of parliament. Because you are the one who implements this particular regulation. So if it is no longer fit for purpose, I mean, you could share your thoughts with us and then we can be guided as a committee. I mean, it's very important, this particular provision.
Yes. Council, do you want to make an intervention? No.
No.
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, I was just worried about the pending case.
Yes. In fact, I was going to respectfully invite the IGP to do a paper if he doesn't have confidence in this regulation. And then we'll know how the minister will have to do the necessary amendments. So that's what it is. I don't want them to dilate on the entire thing, but the legal department is coming together. You can do a paper that, look, this is very inimical to, the progress of others in the service or otherwise. So please, let's leave it as it is. But I agree with council that we should leave it as it is. And if there's any paper, you can share it with the committee, and then we look at it. Council, are you winding up?
Honorable Chair, if I may.
Honorable Chair, I'm done. Once you have agreed with me.
Honorable Chair, if I may say something slightly on that matter, because I was going to end a component in respect. I was going to add a little thing in respect of that question, because my brother did refer to the privilege I had benefiting from that. But the most important thing is that I will be the last person, and in fact, the very last person to deprive anybody of his promotion. I can't even think of that.
Don't do it. No, please stop it. Stop it. No. I poisoned him.
I'm a drug addict.
The difference between a sinner and a saint is that the saint has a past and the sinner a future. There is a shoulder that does not discriminate, an ear that listens without a mouth, and a heart that listens with empathy. Here on Confessions, we believe that everyone has a story, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And together with my seasoned guest, we make the conversations relevant for our lives today and the lessons therein. Confessions, the safe haven for all your secrets.
Confessions shows on Saturdays at 9:30 p.m. on TV3.
Brought to you by
MTN.
Are you ready to win solid cash every day with Cash Out? Be a proud winner of lots of cash simply by watching or listening to any of Media General stations. That's right, you are being rewarded for your loyalty. Tune in to all Media General brands. TV3, 3FM 92.7, Onia TV, Onia FM 95.1, all in Accra, Akuma FM 87.9 in Kumasi, and Connect FM 97.1 in Takoradi. To enter the Cash Out raffle on your favorite Media General station, just dial *439#. Follow the prompt and pick your favorite platform to enter. Voila! You are now eligible to become one of the 10 lucky winners of a cool cash prize. Remember, this is every day, all day on your favorite Media General station. Cash out and win big!
This is in partnership with Radio Entertainment Limited.
This promo is regulated by the National Lottery Authority on the Caritas Lottery platform. Terms and conditions apply.
she's a queen from her motherland. No, she dey speak, she commands and respect. The whole world stops and stares. She's the backbone of the homeland, wise enough to be a ruler, mother.
As leaders, and by godly natural design, you can't have everybody liking you. And even it will not happen that everybody will like you. Let's be very analytical on this matter. As somebody who believes in tradition and culture because of my multi-ethnic background as a Ghanaian, everywhere you want to install a chief or a busuampeni, not everybody will agree on a candidate. Yet at the end of the day, we get a candidate, and the rest who may not like that candidate, the leader and the leadership have to find a way of pulling everybody together. Even if you want to be very divine, let's go to the religious field, where God Almighty superintend in terms of who should be his rep in this world in connecting to us as his creation. Even in there, when a leader of a church is being appointed, they go through a process where some people may choose somebody and then others also may choose. But at the end of the day, the one who marshals the maximum number is become. And not everybody did that for him. And Honorable Chair, permit me to use your individual self in terms of your constituency election to become members of parliament. Nobody voted and got 100% before coming here. And even in some cases, nobody even got 50%, especially when you have multiple candidates. So some people may be members of parliament with about 40% or thereabout, representing a constituency made up of 100% of people. That is what it is. So in the same context within the police service, as Inspector General of Police, working with my colleagues, we as a team, we can't get everybody appreciating what we do. But this is what we do differently. Because we have what I call mindfulness mindset. We are aware of this and we try to get everybody along, in respect of whether the person likes or does not. And I've demonstrated it. These are my brothers. In spite of all what is happening, at the break, I walk to them. We have a chat. It means getting along. We may have differences, but that should not stop us from working together. So this is what we've done, pulling everybody together and having majority, a very substantial majority of the police community being so happy and falling in love with us because we won their hearts and minds in terms of what we do. And I give you about 3 of them. First, and I started this when I was the Director General Welfare. I toured almost everywhere in the country, visiting police people who are indisposed and they are in their homes. Some years, nobody has visited them. And it gave me an understanding of the suffering of some police people when they are becoming disposed and everybody has forgotten about them. So through that, we work on mechanisms and brought them to the picture and provided them with all the support that they need. It's something that I have continued when I became the Inspector General of Police. Everywhere across the country that I have been to, the 92 or thereabout %, going to every village, every town, every city across the country, I touch base and visit all police people who are indisposed. And after that, we work towards making sure that they get the needed help. That led to even the establishment or the Police Emergency Medical Intervention Fund that can take every police officer to everywhere in the country and be provided with support. These are some of the soft things that we do beyond all the broad things, including not denying everybody promotion and having a listening ear. But two more of those soft things. Anytime, anybody, and mostly at the highest level, need to be reassigned, I call them personally. Some of them, after we have discussed at POMAP, and we think that this person should go here and go there. At times we put it even across for POMAP to look and suggest names that will go to places. And I call them personally to check and plead with them based on my regimental diplomacy, so that they can go and function there. So that they go with a very positive and encouraged mindset. So that at the end of the day, where those people have issues, maybe my child is preparing for BC, maybe I just moved my family from this place and my wife or somebody is involved in something, we consider it. And when we consider that, we stop it and then find alternative officer to handle that. Again, every police officer, including all my colleagues at the very top, brother, sister, is how I introduce them. And then, speaking to them, please, thank you, regimental diplomacy. And finally, another soft off. Until recently that I have reduced it. Every day across the country, I pick one police officer in each region celebrating his birthday or her birthday, and I call to wish the person a happy birthday. All in the quest of bringing everybody on board, especially the limited number who naturally, by natural law, will not be with you, so that they also feel comfortable and belong. Imagine you are there in your district or station and receive a call, and IGP said, today is your birthday, and I want to wish you a happy birthday. There have been two instances that I have been in a region, Nicodemously organized for a cake and walk to a police station and handing over the cake to the person, and then becomes a party there and then. So we know that not everybody will like us, but we have a way of making sure that everybody feel belong. And we've done that with my colleagues as a team and getting to that. Now coming to the other issue of the Public Affairs Department. Honorable Chair, it is something we have discussed at POMAP, agreed upon a strategy for redefining our engagement with the public in a manner that sits well with international best practice. You have had a system where you get up in the morning, everybody across the country, across at times district, division, and regional level, granting interviews on matters of police from a perspective that at times not informed by the full facts. And at the end of it all, when the facts come, the organization look unpresentable, and you keep dampening the spirit of the organization and continue to smear the image of the service in bad light. So we agreed at POMAP that we need to redefine it as part of our transformation agenda, such that at the end of the day, before you speak to a matter, be sure that you have the full facts, so that gradually we'll create a system where something happened and the whole community, the whole people will say that until the police have come out, we don't believe what is being said. Rather than having a system where everybody is talking, would have truth, and putting the police in bad light because people think that it's coming from the police, it's not creditworthy. How can we then win the hearts and minds of the public for them to partner with us to police them in a manner that will make the country feel at peace. So all this matter is not the invention of Dampari. It is something that we've looked at and then got all the commanders at all levels involved and get their inputs before it's handled. Because I quite remember a police management with regional commanders meetings were held and all the PROs were brought and they deliberated on this. And we all saw that this is good for the organization. Then the question that came, then how do we do things and inform the public timely so that there won't be any gap? Then we said that we will not sit down for things to happen on Friday and we behave as if we are not a security institution. We said that it is in the weekend, so we will inform the public the next Monday.
She's an African beauty, very special. She's a queen from her motherland. Oh, she does speak, she commands some respect. The whole world stops and stares. She's the backbone of the homeland, wise enough to be a ruler, a mother, a warrior. She's a queen. Oh, she's the backbone of her homeland, wise enough to be a ruler, a mother, a warrior. She's a warrior. Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's an African girl. Ghana's most beautiful is you. Ghana Bafefe. Yeah, 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 yeah. Ghana's most beautiful. Yeah, Ghana's most beautiful is you. True Ghanaian woman, you are wise and strong. Rise up and tell your story, your story. True Ghanaian woman, you.
Malhabiku, Mimasa. I welcome you all to the only remaining ancient wonder in the world. Our dance and music goes beyond entertainment, but represents our culture. Assalamu alaikum. Arab Republic of Egypt, my home, the home I am so proud of. It is a transcontinental country that's been through the northeast of Africa. We are identified by pharaonic majesty, but we belong to Africa and the Arab world. We speak Arabic. Missy Marie, meaning my name is Marie. We also speak French and English. You know one thing, we are known for our ancient civilization and the first to calculate the day to 24 hours without any modern technology. We are pioneered in makeup, crafted jewelry, and created perfume that has transcended within time. What is the capital town of Egypt? Wow, Cairo. Put your hands together for yourself. But do you know there is a grand transformation underway? In few months and years to come, Cairo would no longer be the capital town of Egypt. Behold, the new administrative capital, the capital that exudes imperial skill and style. The capital that would transform Africa, giving Africa the breath that we could want. impressively. All this ambition is by our president, His Excellency Abdul Fattah. He is our change-on ruler. Do you know one thing? The impressive thing about this is because the Pharaonic Obelisk capital would, when it's done completed, it will become the world's tallest tower in the world. I know you're all surprised, and you can't wait to visit my country. I am in this beautiful Egyptian gown I wear to celebrate the new administrative capital and the boundless joy it gives to Africa. You know what? I couldn't have come to Ghana without bringing our sweet Karadi drink that is made up of hibiscus that is healthy for your skin. So don't worry, I have enough for everyone. Walhan Masa, where Makin Basi, I invite you all to explore my country, the land with history that fills our heart, the land with culture, with innovations that dances through the innovations of my country. This is my country. This is the Arab Republic of Egypt. Shukran. Thank you.
Representing Egypt this evening.
That I've always been a team player. And once we don't have a solid consensus, that has been the bane of the issue. But I can assure you, it's a deep reflection for us. And we are going to look at it and work with God's speed and get that thing handled in a manner that everybody will feel at peace. I thank you.
Okay. Now, Vice Chair.
This question may not sound palatable to the ears of the political class, but nevertheless I would ask, with your kind permission, Chairman, IGP, it has been said here that you are in the habit of arresting politicians for traffic infractions. An example was given to the effect that a second vice chairman of a political party was arrested by they said you. What is your reaction to this? Do you have apply your laws in a targeted manner with the aim to fishing out politicians and dealing with them, so to speak? I need your reaction to this because it's very important, you know.
Honorable Chair, the most important thing is this. I am the Inspector General of Police. I work in concert with my officers at POMAP and all other commanders across the country. As we sit here, people have been arrested in accordance with law. I am not the one doing the arrest. So I have not personally arrested anybody by being discriminatory. It's just that police officers are out there doing their work of enforcing the law. And then they are not doing it on my instructions. They are doing it in accordance with the laws of the country, which have been passed by Parliament. So this is exactly what they are doing out there. And we understand the discomfort that such arrests by these officers happen. And I pray and wish that as a country we'll get to a point where our compliance with law will be such that those arrests will not even arise. Because, Honorable Chair, you agree with me. When my colleagues and I had opportunity with this privilege, and once again, with appreciation to Mr. President for appointing me as Inspector General of Police, in our quest to transform, we saw that indiscipline on our roads were getting to a point of no return. And the number of accidents and the associated death or injuries leading to amputation of legs and hands and other parts of the body was becoming something unthinkable. So we decided to work in a way that will send the right message to everybody that let us come back to our Ghanaianness of being disciplined for the sake of the lives of everybody. So the arrest of people is so unpleasant to the leadership of the police service, especially when they involve in people occupying important positions in society. Not to say that anybody is above the law.
Get ready for another cultural explosion like never before. On 21st September, Africa will witness an ultimate celebration of African diversity and flavor at the 3FM Afro Connect event. This is the place to experience the magic of African arts and creativity. You also get to unite in a sizzling jollof war competition, igniting a culinary showdown. Will Cote d'Ivoire hold the jollof war title? So whether you're passionate about food, art, games, or simply making new connections, 3FM Afro Connect event on the 21st of September is the place to be. Venue, Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park. To sell, call 053-220-0927. 3FM Afro Connect, connecting Africa and beyond. Brought to you by 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio. The 3FM Afro Connect is proudly sponsored by...
So putting all this together, we were mindful of what it is that needs to be done in order to regain the consciousness of the people so as to save life. And the final thing in relation to that is the arrest of motorbikes under one of the initiatives that my colleagues and I have put in place called Operation Pari, Police Action Against Rider Indiscipline. We looked at it and we said that riders crossing red light, left, right, center, driving on pavement and all that, is also another bigger problem. But we cannot apply the same methodology for dealing with the vehicles to the riders. Because these riders, that is the riding he or she does, mostly he, for his livelihood. And at times, even the value of the motorbike that you are using is at times less than 1,000 Ghana cedis, or maximum some 2,000, 3,000. And they do this in discipline, and you arrest such a driver, such a rider, and you send him or her to court, and the court found him or her guilty, and say that you are supposed to pay a fine of, say, about 1,000. Even if he sells the motorbike, he won't be able to raise the money. So we've been circumspect, and we don't send those people to court. We rather get them arrested, educate them, and then release them, and keep the education going. And out of that, we even establish rider ambassador, police riders ambassador, to continue to engage these people, so that together we'll bring discipline on our roads in our communities. And this has led to the reduction that we have out there, and that led to the situation for a long time, having riders average of about 90%. We are still on there. We haven't got it to 100% yet. Stopping at traffic light and waiting for the green to signal before they move on. I thank you.
So, yes, Vice will ask his last question and then we bring proceedings to a close.
Thank you, Chairman, for granting me the opportunity to, but I've exhausted my questions. I have exhausted my questions.
Right. I want to read to the benefit of the witnesses before this committee. And I want to call attention to bear on Article 103(6) of the Constitution. A committee appointed under this article shall have the powers, rights, and privileges of the High Court or a justice of the High Court at a trial for A, enforcing the attendance of witnesses and examining them on oath, affirmation or otherwise, compelling the production of documents, and C, issuing a commission or request to examine witnesses abroad. We had an issue with Chief Bugri Nabu, who said because of issues of chieftaincy, National House of Chiefs meeting, he couldn't show up today. And we obliged him that he should come tomorrow. So tomorrow is a sitting of this committee. We are also asking the Minister for National Security to appear tomorrow. So, Inspector General of Police, I know you are a very busy man. Tomorrow, come with your 2 lawyers as we continue proceedings. When we meet, you have a sense of where we are going with this matter. But all that will happen will relate to, first of all, the audio, which it is being said is doctored, and then the second audio that is being said captures the comprehensiveness of the meeting in Chief Bugri Nabu's office. So, Council, I read, the Constitution, not for the benefit of the IGP, but for your benefit, because of where you were treading. And we will see how it pans out tomorrow. But if the IGP could say some of your senior officers, should remain at post, so they don't all come over. It could be good. So that they will be attending to businesses in the police headquarters. But we've seen them and respect their coming. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yes. We have in our midst also one of the decent ladies who glorify womanhood in the political arena. She's a Deputy Minister for Finance, Honorable Abna Asari. You have some association with the Lawyer Kwame Jano. What is it?
With both of them. They are all from Etiwa, and that's why I'm here today. Yes. Lawyer Kwame Jan and the IGP.
I didn't know this,
Oh, you didn't know the IGP was from Etiwa?
I didn't know. It's a fact. He's never told me.
It's a fact. The man is from Umuoso, a Grofu Umuoso.
I've never done that. I've never investigated the IGP. As to where it comes from, I've never attempted that.
So, yet you are the attacher of Chebi.
Yes. Yes, but the two people are all my subjects, you know. This gentleman and then Abna, but she's not giving me the largesse of her office. And, I leave it to God. So, Aji, this is how tomorrow's proceedings are going to begin. Bugre Nabu will be here. He should come. I mean, I think by this medium is
National Association of Teachers, NAT, has scaled up its commitment to ensuring improved access to treatment for teachers battling cancer. Together with the Sweden-Ghana Medical Center, SGMC, NAT provides teachers and members on pension with free cancer treatment.
Effective this particular year, when you retire and unfortunately something like this thing happens to you, the center will take care of it.
And on top, the Ghana National Association of Teachers also seeks better conditions of service for members in hard-to-reach communities, as well as aiding better access to the professional development of members.
Apart from the professional courses, we are going to have programs for our members, that members will be moving to Abankru to have a field and also get continual professional development from the institute.
Learn more on TV3. Make a date with NAT-R every Wednesday at 5:45 p.m. and Sundays at 1:30 p.m. NAT-R, hope for the Ghanaian teacher.
NAT-R shows Wednesdays at 5:45 p.m. and on Sundays at 1:30 p.m. on TV3.
okay. Yes, Honorable Nogbe Ernest from Ashiaman, you are most welcome. You are most welcome. We thank you for joining us. So tomorrow's time is 10 a.m. in the forenoon, and we hope to see all the individuals here, and then we'll proceed. We appreciate your coming, and in the absence of any other matter, Aji, you want to say a word? Yeah.
Yes, Honorable Chair, by way of my concluding remark, because I know after you have spoken, I won't have the opportunity to speak. Having said that, I want first of all to thank you and the members of the committee for the invitation to come and to speak. I also would like to thank my family, the Achem one, the Kwawu one, the Kropon one, and the Nkonya representing the Guams one, for all the encouragement and the support. I also want to thank the church of my birth and my upbringing, the Presbyterian Church of Ghana, for their prayers and support across the country. And again, I want to thank the church of my baptism and fellowship, the Church of Pentecost, from chairman himself to the least person, for their continual prayer support towards me. And more importantly, I want to thank Mr. President for his continual reposing trust in me and the support he gives me. And finally, I want to thank the good people of Ghana, for their words of encouragement, their support, and everything. In the context of thanking the good people of Ghana, I want also to thank the thousands of police officers across the country for the excellent job that they are doing and the many sending me letters of encouragement, words of encouragement, phone calls and everything. And I assure them that I will continue doing my best in that capacity, in service of God and in country. I thank you very much, sir.
Well, it's good you came, and God permitting, tomorrow we continue the proceedings. On that note, the proceedings are hereby adjourned to tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the forenoon. And on that note as well, the head of Ghana's police service and all the witnesses are discharged. Thank you very much.
As I